Hello students, welcome to CrackGradeB online learning platform. Today we have special guest with us, Miss Sanjana. She has cracked IFSCA Grade A 2023 exam and she has secured All India Rank 4. So many congratulations Sanjana for this great achievement. So today she will share her journey that how she has prepared for this exam, and she is an electrical engineer and currently working with SBI. So Sanjana, share your success story. How did you prepare for this exam? As only 20 vacancies were there, so it was a difficult, means tough competition. Yes,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
yes.
Mm. I've been preparing for regulatory body exams for the last 4 or 5 years. So this was my last attempt this year, and the vacancy was also new. It came first time. So at first I thought that 20 vacancies, that to 10 for generals. So it was a very tight competition. So still I filled up the form and somehow I sailed through. So I'm very thankful to God, to my parents, to my educators. CrackGradeB, thank you so much.
As it was the last attempt, so there was something in your mind that and a fear of failure is that
Yes,
if
yes,
suppose I am appearing for this exam and if suppose I am not able to clear and not able to crack, then how did you handle that pressure? Is that fear of failure pressure?
yes. Actually, I was working with SBI. So I thought that, okay, if I failed, so I will have to stay with SBI. And I have to think for other prospects like promotion or something. But it was like a dream for me to clear the regulatory bodies. And I just this time one thing that inspired me, the World Cup happened. Messi won the World Cup, and that thing was a great impact for me. That maybe in my last attempt, it was his last match. So I thought that maybe in my last attempt things will happen. So I just kept it going, that I have to do it. Do
Yes,
it before you die.
yes.
So,
At till the last second, you should not give up. Anyhow,
yes.
you should make best efforts. Anything can
Hmm.
be changed. Yes.
Yes. For me, I would like to say, for all the aspirants who are trying and failing, I would like to say that they should not give up, because I had failed for 10 times. In RBI, SEBI, PFRD, I was clearing mains but couldn't go for the interview. So finally, this thing happened. So eh, failures can come, but
Yes.
maybe you will be successful one day.
We should not give up until we have chances to appear in the exam, and we
Yes.
should learn from our mistakes also in the previous year
Yeah.
exam where we have. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was your journey then? How did you start your preparation for this exam, and what were the sources you followed?
Yes. IFSCA advertisement came, I think, in February.
Mhm.
Around February it came. So at that time, they gave a syllabus. That syllabus was a kind of vague. They didn't mention what were the subtopics in it. So
Yes.
I followed one video that you posted at that time in YouTube, regarding the breakup of all the subjects and topics. That was very helpful. You also shared the PDF in the Telegram channel, and I saved it. And from that was a syllabus in pen and paper. Every topic was described in it. I had prepared for SEBI and PFRD earlier. So the majority of the topics were covered from them, like accountancy, costing. These things were a bit revision for me for the phase 1 exam. And the GK part was not very dangerous in this exam. It was 25 marks. So I just followed some YouTube channels and just kept the daily news in handy. And uh, quant, reasoning, and English, I just gave mock tests and I didn't do anything else for that, because the time was very short. 1 month time we had for the
Yes.
phase 1 exam. Yes.
And
And
it was of qualifying in nature only. So
yes, and it was
not
qualifying
a,
in nature. Hmm. And one PDF you posted just before the exam, 200 questions PDF maybe, and that PDF was helpful for the revision. Mainly, I liked it because the difficult topics that we generally ignore, the PDF highlighted on those topics. So that was a great help in that case. So I referred to these materials, and then the phase 1 was cleared. Then for
yes.
phase 2, after phase 1 only I started for phase 2. Phase 2, the subjects were all new, and in that case, I took coaching from CrackGradeB, and I also referred to Raman Luthra sir's material. I had to take 2 courses because this time actually this exam was happening for the first time, and the
Yes.
syllabus was covering CrackGradeB was covering, say, the financial intermediaries, then the banking part. When the CrackGradeB was covering at that time, simultaneously Raman Luthra sir was covering the insurance part and this. So I thought that if I take 2 courses, then the syllabus will get completed and I would not have to wait for the material to come, because I could
Mhm.
understand that the educators had also they needed to study the material and they have to come up
Yeah.
with the notes. So I referred the 2 courses, and they were comprehensive. Means if one refers to those material, I don't think that one needs to go to other sources anymore. And I also took help from YouTube for certain things like conceptual clarity if I got stuck in some cases. And the economic survey and budget, I followed the crisp note that CrackGradeB gave us. Along with it, at the last, I also tried to read the budget in the original document,
Mhm.
because it is of some great help. And
Yes.
what I learned from the mains exam, that what I should have done, that is the IFSCA annual report, that I didn't read before the exam. If I had read, maybe I could have attempted to 3-4 more questions that I missed out. Okay, but many questions came from that report also, IFSCA
Mhm.
annual report. And the survey, that economic survey and budget original document also, they give some questions from there. And the schemes were also important: monetization scheme, gold monetization scheme, then sovereign gold bonds. A lot of questions came from there.
Retail direct scheme. Yes.
Yes, retail direct scheme. So those were the things. And like that, the mains happened.
Mhm.
And after I cleared mains, then came the interview part. Interview part, I didn't do much. I revised the mains material once. I didn't go to the very elaborate thing like the how many, what is the net worth, or that very elaborately I didn't go, but I revised the mains material. And on top of it, I also referred to some speeches that Injeti sir, we can see that in YouTube he has given so many speeches are there of Injeti sir. They help for building conceptual clarity about IFSCA. And I gave mock interviews of CrackGradeB and Raman Luthra sir also. And the interviews went well. So that was the total journey.
So you were working also, then how did you manage your preparations while working? So this is the major challenge many of the aspirants are facing in other exams also, like RBI and IRD exam. So many of the students
Yes.
are working. Yes.
Yes, yes. As I have said that I was in this journey for 4 to 5 years. So I was working and I could manage 2 to 4 hours every day. And in the weekends, I could study for more 6, 7 hours. But what is the thing is that from the earlier years, when I had failed, okay, but it gave me a major learning. Every exam that I failed, I learned from it that, okay, from this part I should study, from that part I should study.
Mhm.
So like this, gradually the knowledge inculcated. in me. So when this thing, or else the syllabus was so huge that in 1 month it would not have been possible that one could complete everything if he was a fresher or first time he was going for the exam. So the gradual thing in 2 to 3 years, it gradually built up in me. And when the exam really came, it was like revision for me. So in that, and that is why it was helpful for me to manage also in those 4 hours in a day. And I in my whenever I go for my branch, I go by bus or by bike, whatever I go. At that time in headphone, I used to listen the daily news. That only that time I could afford for listening to the current affairs.
Okay. So the exam was the first time, and also the syllabus was not defined specifically for the phase 2. Phase 1 can
Yes.
be managed because it was of qualifying in nature, and
Yes.
there were a lot of things to study,
Yes.
specifically that regulation part of the IFSCA and the static part on the banking, capital market, insurance market, pension market. So there are a lot of facts and data. How did you manage that? Because everyone has to cram the fact and data that exam
Yes.
pattern is like this only. So how did you manage that? How you are able to this cram this data fact? So
Yes. Yes. Actually, I would like to first thank Sapna madam. She had broken up the syllabus and explained it in very basic nature, the regulation part. She had explained it. And she used to say one thing, that one should at least revise the concepts 3 times. So I also tried to do that. First time I listened the videos. That time I didn't refer to the notes. I listened to the videos. Then after I listened to the videos, I referred to the notes. And while I referred to the notes, I took a notebook and made notes of the facts, just the facts, so that the next time when I would revise it directly from my notes. In that case, in that way, the numbers would already were getting 3 times revision while making the notes. First time you listen to the video, second time you refer the material, and third time you make your notes. And the fourth time when you just go through your personal notes, that time it becomes somewhere you can remember it. And one more thing that also helped, we were a part of a Telegram channel. All the aspirants were there, and in that channel they used to share questions, and we used to answer them. So that was also very helpful. We could help each other with the difficulties and concepts. And the time when the exam came, at that time budget came, then finance bill came. And even before 4-5 days also things were updating, like the finance bill, there were many changes regarding IFSCA, and we had to, that withholding tax and all those tax things, we had to revise that. So there was huge material, and one had to be updated till the last date of the exam.
okay. So after the results, means after the exam, how much you were confident that you will be able to clear, or still you were thinking that it will be difficult, or
After the mains exam, in the we found the answer key coming. We referred to all the answer keys. Then the Telegram channel also, we referred to our answers we discussed, and I could count the marks that I would get in paper 2. So it was coming around 70. So the question this time, as the exam came first time, so it was new to everybody. So many of them had missed to read the annual report, and so the marks for everybody, it was going down. Majority of people were getting around 60 to 70. So I was a bit confident that maybe my name will come in the selected list for mains.
okay. So for the interview, any specific strategy you followed, or as time was also
Interview,
less in between the interview and the interview?
yes. Interview, one should first make a biodata. and every point means even the name also. They even were asking in the interview, they asked me that how did the surname Lahiri come? So one can understand that it is from the name also they may ask questions. So from the biodata, each and every word is important there. So one should make one's own biodata, and they should refer to each point very carefully, and they should have examples set and examples there, proof that why they are saying that they should have, because they may counter question in that also. From the native state they come. So one should make, like I was coming from Bengal, so they asked me about the present economic status of Bengal. Then my work experience, as I was in SBI, I had completed CIB. So they asked me generally basic questions, like there is one more thing, if one is engineer, so they weren't asking much from technical engineering things. So one may concentrate in their work experience. If one had any work experience, they would ask mainly from that part. And I also refer to the present issues that was going on globally, cryptocurrency, then CBDC, then inflation, recession, everything that was going around. And some YouTube channels, they create blogs like Abhinui's blog, then Parcham classes. There also one madam is there. She comes up with economic news, weekly economic news, and they are very helpful. So I referred them also. And as it is in a discussion mode, so one gets conceptual clarity about that also. So I refer to them, and one should also give mock interviews, because we may know many things, but when the actual situation comes and we are asked for the questions, then we can test our confidence, that how confidently we can approach the questions. So at least 1 or 2 or 3 mock tests, mock interviews one should give.
So
That
how
is,
was your experience of mock interview with this?
this was my
Specifically with
first
the
mock interview.
Harish Kher sir.
First time. This was my first mock interview.
So
So
what was
I
your
didn't even
experience?
know what happened in mock interview, but it was very nice. In CrackGradeB also, one sir took the interview. He
Yes,
started from, okay, Lahiri, so Bapi, who is Bapi Lahiri? So from that part, and he almost comprehensively study my biodata and asked from every area. He asked
yes,
questions. And from the recession and FATF, one question came common also. That was IFSC's favorite question. What is FATF? And how many lists are there? So that question also was helpful. Then why are Federal Reserve increasing interest rates? So there are many questions like that. So that was asked, and that boosted my confidence also.
yeah. Okay, so what will be your message to the future aspirants of all the exams, specifically who are writing their last attempt and those students who are working also?
One thing that I should, from my experience, I can say that regulatory body exams are tough. They, the toughness increases, difficulty level increases due to the competition, because the vacancy is very less. So if one thinks that they want to be in the regulatory body exam, so, and they have to aim it, and they cannot afford to be depressed with failures. So from every failure after the exam, one should analyze that what were the things that they didn't study, and they should refer to materials and videos. They should understand their weaknesses, that what was keeping them from qualifying the exam. And self-analysis is very important in this case, because every person is unique. Their strengths, their weaknesses may be unique, but if one learns from one's mistakes and improves themselves, then one will definitely succeed. Maybe in the first attempt, maybe in the second, third, but one will succeed. And one has to keep that faith that one day it will happen.
And specifically for the working aspirants, full day is working, and specifically in the banking sector, now it's very hectic nowadays. So,
Yes.
what things you were doing to get energized to study?
Yes, actually for working aspirants, one thing that is good recently, because earlier when the preparation started 4 5 years back, at that time we didn't have video lectures much. At that time we had to refer to books and then we had to study. But now as the education system is going as if like videos we can listen, so one could use Bluetooths, and when they are free or they are traveling, they can revise in 2x speed or 1.5x speed, and that will help them to save some time. And they should make their personal notes. Because every time we cannot refer to materials. So if they make their personal notes, that will help them to grasp the difficult areas, what they think that they will forget. So they should write them up and they should revise those points. That will save some time before the exam.
So one more question, that generally students who start their preparation or they for the regulatory body exam or any exam, generally they will Google or they will search in the YouTube about the courses, different courses are being provided. So generally is the mentality of the most of the students that something is costly, something that will be better. So, and
No, no.
there is aggressive marketing also in the
Yes.
this EdTech market. Aggressive marketing big players are doing. So then, how did you reach to CrackGradeB? Means how did you decide that I should go for CrackGradeB?
Yes. Actually, this year I thought I would give RBI Grade B exam. But later when the notification came very late, so I couldn't attempt the exam. So at that time I was thinking that I should refer to one course, but I wasn't sure that which one I should go for. So I don't think that one should decide about a course while seeing that what is the fees amount or that, because valuable maybe you may go to a mall, you may see a dress that may be very costly, but the similar fashion dress you may get in a shop that may not be that costly. Because of the brand they may take a huge amount of money. So that is you should be very judicious while you choose. One thing is that I took first thing, I was seeing the CrackGradeB videos in YouTube. Those were coming for free. Sapna ma'am's RBI Grade B, those schemes lecture I was actually referring to first time. I wasn't in the course. So while I was seeing, I knew the exam pattern and I saw that she was completing the schemes in a very comprehensive manner, like it comes in the exam. And there was even the unpopular schemes that weren't in news much, she also covered them also, and I liked the pattern. And then I also saw some IFSCA sample videos in YouTube, and those videos I found very helpful. So I thought that I should go with CrackGradeB. And then I in those Telegram channels also, many people gave this review that the courses are completed comprehensively, that one-stop solution like that. So I thought that I should give it a try. And when I took the course, I found, and one more thing, when you came up with the syllabus video, where you broke up all the things, at that time also I wasn't a student of CrackGradeB, but the syllabus breakup, I liked it very much. I saw that if I can get all the material in one course, then that will save time for me. So and then I saw that it was very economic also, because if it is a high budget course and it is your last attempt, you may not be very much encouraged to go for a very high budget course. So I saw that it was very economic, 2,500 or something like that with discount. So I thought that that would be helpful. And in that there were mock tests for phase 1, phase 2. It was giving everything that aspirant needs. So I chose CrackGradeB.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Sanjana, I wish you good luck for your future journey. And
Thank you, sir.
yes, and this session will be helpful for the future aspirants of IFSCA if someone means if recruitment is to be released in the coming years.
Yes.
So thank you for joining with us.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.